In Studio B, the reigning West Coast Conference Baseball Player of the Week, Brock Hale. All he's done over the last 8 days, hit 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in. He's having a pretty good week. Brock, welcome to Studio B.
Thanks for having me.
You went through an interesting scenario this season where you had to sit out for a little while. You got off to a red-hot start. You're batting over 400, and you're back up there again now. But with that break, what did that do for you? And how did you come back from an extended layoff to keep doing what you're doing right now?
Obviously, the injury wasn't, something you want. So I missed about 8 or 9 games. But, coming back, it felt comfortable. Getting the batter's box, it felt good. Not being in there for a while. And, I don't know, it's just been rolling. And I think ever since I've been back, it's just, back on track again. It's just been good. It's been fun.
The team is 10-11 at one point, and since then you guys have just been crushing it. What turned the season around?
Honestly, I think, you look at teams would be like UCSB and UConn with great pitching, and then we lost that first series to LMU. I think the turning point was that St. Mary's series. We were able to turn it on with our pitching, our hitting, and everything just came together, and we ended up sweeping them. And then ever since then, it's just been great. It's been fun. Everyone's playing loose. Everyone's just having a great time. So,
BYU has gone 23-4 since going down one game under 500 at 10-11. That is an unbelievable mark in baseball. The Cougars have, I think, 15 comeback wins this year, including last night. What's the feeling like when you're down in a game like last night, in-state rivalry, by 3 runs in the 7th at home? What was that dynamic like?
Honestly, anytime we're down, we still feel like we're going to win. Any game we go into, we have that confidence that we're going to win that game.
Why do you feel that way?
It's just, it's just a self-belief that we have in our team, and we've done it so many times. You said 15 times that we've done it, and so we know that anytime we get down on a team, it's not over. We're averaging, 8 or 9 runs a game, so we know that we can come back on a team anytime. It's just about when it's going to happen, so.
I noticed on your bio you were recruited by the likes of Oregon State, who's the #1 team in the country, USC, Stanford, etc. I also saw Mesa Community College. What was their pitch to you versus, say, Oregon State? Which I know you can make the jump to the pros right after that, if you went there or whatever. But
yeah, so it was a little bit different. Those schools, they were recruiting and stuff. But once I decided to go on a mission, they kind of fell off. And so junior colleges were the ones kind of more contacting me saying, you're going to have a scholarship. And then towards, middle end of my senior season, that's when BYU actually called. And then, obviously, that was, the best fit for me, coming off a mission. And, it's been a great decision since.
Did you want to come to BYU? Were you waiting for BYU to maybe jump in the mix?
Yeah, that was definitely a thought. For a lot of return missionaries, that's, the best option to come. And, obviously, you want to get that call from a Division I school, even going on a mission, and obviously BYU's, the school that's going to do that for you. And so yeah, obviously when I got that call, I was super excited and super stoked. And then yeah, from there it was good. I served my mission, able to come back, and it's been good ever since.
What are Mike Littlewood and Trent Pratt like as recruiters?
So they were super nice. I actually got the call from Coach Herring.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
Brent called you. Okay.
Yeah. So I got the call from Coach Herring. I still remember. I was in my bed. He probably called me 8 o'clock in the morning. I was just woke up and I was like, "Hey, what's up? This is Coach Herring." But they were super nice. Coming here, it just felt right. Seeing everything they were telling me, and all the what the program was like, and everything just felt right that, I needed to come here. And so.
Do you have a guy in the majors that you emulate at the plate or in the field?
I would say, obviously, being an outfielder and stuff like that. I think the perfect example is Mike Trout. He can do it all. He's fast. He hits for power, hits for contact. He's a great defensive player. So I'm not going to say that I'm anything like Mike Trout, but if there's a player to emulate, that's the guy I would want to be like.
Yeah, hard to argue with that.
Yeah. What's your WAR? That's the real question. I want to figure out what's your wins above replacement this year, like Mike Trout.
Seriously.
Random baseball stats. I love it so much. Brock Hale, West Coast Conference Player of the Week on BYU Sports Nation. There have been some strange things that have happened for BYU baseball over the last week. Notably, a 42-run game against Portland last Thursday that lasted 4.5 hours. And before that, a 13-inning game against the University of Utah. Last night's come from behind win. I mean, you scored 50 runs in 3 games against Portland. What's the craziest thing that you have experienced in the last week of BYU baseball?
I got to say, it's got to be that first game against Portland. That was the most bizarre thing I've ever been a part of. I mean, if you were to tell me that we were going to score 23 runs against a team, we did against UVU. It was an absolute blowout. If you were telling me we'd do that against Portland, yeah, I would say it was an absolute blowout. But it was actually like a close game. And we have Shaver on the mound throwing. We have, guys moving everywhere. And
Shaver threw again last night.
Yeah, he threw again last night. He did. He's actually a pretty good pitcher. Who would have known?
Shaver's getting the start in Game 4 in the tourney.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But
BYU holds on for a 23-19 win.
Shaver 0-0. Now you're gonna have to have pitching stats with him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was like that's the weirdest game I've seen in baseball like ever. That was crazy. Okay, Gonzaga. You guys win 1, you get the outright title. What's the focus like right now as you guys try and bring home that title, knock up the 1 seed?
I think the biggest thing is just taking a game at a time. Like, obviously, that's a huge thing to get the outright title. But, it just starts with game 1. We got to go in there, win. And, obviously, we're looking to win every single game in that series. Yeah, it's just taking a game at a time. Obviously, you don't want to look past anything. You just got to take it one game at a time. You got to win the first one first.
The basketball team went up there and won. You guys can do it, too.
Yeah, we believe that.
Brock, congratulations on a fantastic week. The West Coast Conference Player of the Week. Big home run last night. Whatever you're doing, continue to do it. That's great coaching, right?
Yeah, and we should give you the karma. Not that you really need it.
What you're doing, Brock.
Yeah,
yes.
BYU Sports Nation karma.
You also need to sign our stretch white flag. That thing's getting full, man.
Yeah. There aren't a lot of people from Mesa that come in because there's not a lot of Mormons in Mesa, I heard.
Good grief.
I'm just kidding.
Tons.
You mind signing the flag?
Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
All right, Brock Hale.
This guy's crushing it. The whole team's crushing it. It is so fun to watch baseball and softball right now. Just win. Every game. Win.
I think my exact words last night when he hit the home run were, crushes a ball to left center field. Yeah, appropriate,
It's
right?
mean to the ball. It really is.
Check the cover. Moon dust on that thing? Good grief.